Hi teacher, it's Leslie. So I'm gonna explain a little bit my lesson plan in EFL classes. So this lesson plan has 5 parts. The first one is introducing the story. So in all parts we will have materials, the instruction, etc. In this case, the materials will be a movie trailer, which you can find on the YouTube. Here you have the link. And then we have distractions. Teacher introduces the story by showing students movie trailer from Aladdin, for example. The students will work in pairs and they will take notes about the video and to list the characters. A teacher could play the video again and again until students get the idea and the characters. Also, teacher asks the students to share their ideas about the video with the class and the characters they listen. Finally, the teacher writes the characters on the board, like for example, Aladdin, Jasmine, Genius, and Magic Carpet, and Jafar. Here you have the steps more explaining. The second step is developing awareness of characters. Students will perform activities to get know the characters of the story, which is really, really important to know very well the characters, their personalities, their feelings also. In the first activity, we have materials which are worksheets, and students will work and play in pairs, and they will show uh, 5 descriptions about some characters. Then they have to write an X according to the correct answer. Also, teachers form groups of 3 students randomly, in which students have to match adjectives according to each character personality, as you can be able to see in the next slides. So students have to write 2 sentences for each character using the adjectives from the worksheet. They will work in pairs also. Here you have the worksheet that I mentioned. Here you have the description in the first line, and then you will have the pictures, and you have to put the name to mark according the description. Also, we have the second worksheet in which you have the feelings that the characters have, and for example, angry, colorful, brave, fat, and so on. In activity 3, we have students have to write 2 sentences for each character using the adjectives. And they have to work in pairs and they will have to share. Here you have the example of the worksheet. In activity 4, students will work in pairs and answer true or false accordingly. So here you have in the other side the sentences. And students should respond. Teacher organizes students in groups to correct answers too. Then students have to write a short dialogue according to the chapter given by the teacher. The pictures will be a guide to students write their own with their own words each scene. Also, we have the 3, developing awareness of plot structures. We have materials, matching cards, answer key, paper, and pens. In pairs, the students match different plot types to their definitions, as you can be able to read in the next slide. So students make a mind map with examples of each plot types. Also, they include some pictures that represent each plot them. Then here we have the description of each plot types that we have. For example, overcoming the monster, rank and riches, and they are type of plots. In the other side, it is the description. Also, we have planning and writing the script. In this step, a student learn how to develop a script writing by themselves. Our material will be worksheet based on plot structures. And also teacher presents a plot graph, as you will be able to see in the next slide. Students think about the characters in each scene. Here you have the graph in which students could follow to write their own script. Like for example, know your characters, start with something not ordinary, define your plot, get your draft as soon as possible, and so on. Here you have also in which students will write 3 main scenes in the story, main characters, what happened in each scene, and so on. You can see. And see how characters feel in each scene. So you students will be able to put in each scene what are the characters feel in each scene. So here you have a table that students can write on it. And activity one, read example dialogue for scene one. In pairs, continue the dialogue for a few more lines with your own ideas. So here you have the example, and students will have to continue writing. In activity two, write a short dialogue for a different scene, and there are some instructions that do not forget to include information on the behavior of the character and the space they use and so on. So here you have some spaces to write on it. And finally, we have towards performance. Students practice in paired scenes they develop with a script, their own script. After that, teacher tell students about body movements, how to shake your hands, facial expressions, how to show feelings, and so on. Now students put into practice the movements and the dialogues. And finally, student practice and go over each scene. Thank you so much, teacher. This is my explanation of the lesson plan, which is really important to apply because students could develop the 4 skills and they can get fun.